Good morning, folks. It's April 24, 2024. I'm on Truman Lake, down toward the lower end on the Osage Arm. I'm going to do some crankbaiting today. First time this year, but that water temperature's up to 61.1 degrees. It's a beautiful day today. The first day in a long time that the forecast is for light and variable winds. It's been windy for weeks, folks, but it's a beautiful day today. I'm gonna get the old crankbaits out and see if I can catch a few crappie. I think some of these crappie are still staged out off the bank, waiting to move in. I think some crappie have already spawned and they've moved back out to rest. I'm gonna try to target both of them, see if I can catch a few. I'm gonna run two Bandit 300s. That'll run about 18 feet deep. I'm gonna run two Arky crankbaits, 350s, that'll run about 10 to 12 feet deep. Then I'm gonna run two of the Delta's custom crankbaits that'll run a little deeper than the 300s. And so I'm just gonna test the water column, see if I can find them, and go from there. Stay with me. Okay, the first one I'm going to put out is an Arky in pink and yellow, or I won't say the first one I'm going to put out, but that's one of them. This is a Delta's custom crankbait. I love what he did there. That's that sun perch color like on the Bandit 300. I mean, that's the mortal enemy to the crappie. Here's the old tried and true Bandit 300 in chrome and blue. Here's another Delta's custom crankbait in a shad color. That's a beautiful paint job on that. Bandit 300 in one of my favorite colors, chartreuse shad. And finally, we've got another Arky in that clown color. It's a nice looking color. Okay, I've laid down a track in this big cove in here, and so I'm gonna get the trolling motor going, get us on track, and then I'm gonna throw them out. Okay, we got the motor picking up speed. I'm gonna set it to run 1.6 miles an hour. That's just my confidence speed, my initial start out go-to speed. We'll adjust from there depending on how fast or slow they want it. Start throwing to the inside. You know my method. And then cast to the outside and they'll all pull in and run together. I'm just casting them as far as I can cast them. I got my bait casting reels. I got 8-pound high-vis K9 line. I got a number 12 red snap swivel that I hook the crankbaits to. I've got my Sam's Super Salt B&M rod, 7.5 foot. I love these rods for crankbaiting. With my bait casters. People ask me, well, how far are you running those baits back there? I don't know. I just cast them as far as I can. I think it's probably 60, 70 feet based on experience, but I just throw them out as far as I can, and we got them out and we're ready to go. There we go. There we go. There's a fish. See if it's a crappie. If it is, we'll get, yep, it's up on the surface. Boy, it's a little one. Little fish, come on now. That's on the old Arky clown color. That means that fish was a little higher in the water column than the rest of these baits are running, other than the other Arky, small. Just throw back out to the outside. Don't have to worry about crossing them. That light and variable wind's getting stronger than light and variable, of course. There we go. Out here on the outside. There we go. I'm up on the surface there, buddy. Oh, just came off. Tried to horse it. That's on the Arky too. These fish, I'm thinking, are up higher rather than deeper. I'll be putting more Arkies on. There you go, there you go. There we go. We're in 20 feet of water. I was just starting to make a turn. Sometimes you do that, you'll trigger a bite. They'll follow that crankbait, and then if you make a turn, they'll hit it. Another little one. On the little fish pattern today. Now that's on the Bandit, chartreuse shad. Let's make my turn. I got off my track. I had to leave my track to avoid another boat. I'm not smart enough to get back on my track, so I'm doing it by hand. Move that rod to the inside, throw to the outside. Real simple. No tangling of the lines. I've been trolling for a while, folks, and I haven't done much good, so I've slowed down my speed too. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but you got to just kind of experiment. Go one speed. If it doesn't work, change it. Go slower, go faster. And then if you start catching them, you can zero in on them. Okay, folks, I've trolled about 1.5 miles in this creek off the main lake, and it's terrible. 3 little crappie. I'm going to reel them in. I'm going to go back out toward the main lake and see what we can find out there. Stay with me. White bass on that one. Hard to catch a crappie on that bait. When a white bass is on it. Am I getting a bite there, or I think I got one on there. I'm just getting ready to pull them all in, of course. Got a white bass on one. There's a fish. I don't feel too bad. My gosh, we're out here in 35 feet of water. Maybe we just need to be right out here in the middle instead of going along the bank. Is it another white bass? No, it's a crappie. Oh yeah. That's a keeper crappie there. That's on the old Delta custom crankbait in the shad color. Nice little crappie there. All right. Well, maybe we'll just stay out here in deeper water. They may be further off the bank than I thought they were. I'll tell you what, folks, I'm starting to see more and more fish on the graph as I start to pull them in. I may just put them back out here and troll on out here in this deeper water out toward the mouth. See what happens. Let's just do that. Instead of pulling them in, we'll put them out. I'd only reel 2 of them in. Let's just see what happens as we get out here closer to the mouth, out toward the main lake. There we go. There we go. I tell you what, folks, I got out of the cove, or the creek arm. I just got out on the main lake. I'm right out here on the bluff bank. I'm trolling right outside the timberline. I'm starting to see more fish on the graph and just picked one up. So maybe that's what we got to do. We'll see. Just got to hunt for them. Yep, that's a keeper. That's on the old Delta's custom crankbait and the sun perch, the natural enemy of the crappie. There you go, that's a keeper. I'm not keeping any fish today. Might have to put some more Deltas on. A lot of balls of shad down there about 30 feet deep, and there's some crappie above them. Looks like they're around that 20-foot mark. Maybe we'll start to catch some here. If that's the case, I'd say these deeper running deltas are going to be the ticket. I think I got a fish on over it. No, I think I'm crossed. I still think I got a fish. Yeah, I'm dragging it. I got another one on out here. I'm pulling them in again to move, and got a fish on out here, dragging it on the surface. Yeah, it's a pretty nice crappie, I think. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's on that, let's see, sun perch, Delta's custom. That's a nice fish there. Yes, indeed. All right, well, I was reeling them in again. I guess I got to just start reeling them in every time. But that's the last one I had out, so I'm going to reel it in. I'm going to make a move, see if we can find some more of these. That's a nice one. I'm going to put some more Delta's custom crankbaits on here. Stay with me. Okay, I came out here more on a main lake flat. Again, I ran a track. I'm gonna try to stay in that 20-foot give or take range, 20 to 30. I put on a couple more Delta's custom crankbaits that'll dive a little deeper than the 300s, probably around 20 feet. So I'm gonna get them out. Let's see what happens. This is a Delta in that orange crush color. It's been a crappie killer in the past. This is a Delta's in that red crawfish. Man, I've caught some good fish on that. Kind of scarred up. It's been battle tested. It'll catch them, especially this time of year. Those crawdaddies are coming out and the fish are feeding on them. I'm laying these 2 outside rods down horizontal. It just gets them out a little further. All right, let's go. I'm going over some trees underneath there that the tops are coming up to about 20 feet deep. I may get in them, may just tick the top of them. Looks like there's some fish in them. I think that one just ticked the top of it. Oh, yeah, I think that's a fish, maybe. Yes, sir. Ticked the top of that tree and a fish hit it. All right, yeah. I like it. Come on up here on the surface, buddy. Oh, don't tell me you came off. Oh, did it come off? think it did. It's on that Bandit 300. Did it? No, it's still there. Boy, you just didn't want to go skiing. That's a nice black crappie there. Yes, sir. Good fish. Oh boy. I like it. I like it. That's on the old Bandit 300. In the chrome and blue. That bait, I think, just ticked the top of one of those trees. And that fish was up there. I told you there's some fish up there. Boy, that's a really nice fish there. Maybe I ought to be keeping some fish, but I'm not. Thank you, buddy. Old black crappie. All right, you know my method. I'm just going to throw this to the outside. Rotate this one in. No fuss, no muss. Oh, got another one. Oh yeah, all right. That's on the old deltas there. That feels pretty good. Maybe we're gonna find them in here, folks. Yeah, that feels like a pretty decent fish. He's not coming up either. That might be another black. Where am I? Got this high vis line so you can kind of see when they cross over other lines a little better. Oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Got it under this one, over this one. There we go. There we go. Oh, that's a little white crappie. That's on that orange crush color, deltas. Smaller fish. Those little fish aren't afraid of that bigger crankbait. Pretty small there. I don't even think that's a keeper. But it's fun. That's what we're out here for, isn't it? Fun. All right, so that came on the inside. So rotate this one to the inside, rotate this one to second place, throw this one to the outside. No chance of tangling. I like it. All right, we're going 1.5 miles an hour. Those fish actually were out in about 38 feet of water, and there were trees down there, and the top of the trees were up about 20 feet or so, and there was some fish around the tops of them. That crankbait came through there. I felt it hit the tip of one of those trees, and that triggered some bites. Oh, there we go. Yep. Come on, baby. I love trolling crankbaits. Yes, sir. It's on the old crawdaddy color. Yes, indeedy. All right. Oh, got one out there too, I think. Better get rid of that one. Let's see. Man, I can't tell. Yeah, I think there's a fish on that one. Yeah. Come on, come up. Show yourself. Yep. Oh yeah. I think he's foul hooked, making him feel bigger than he is. No. Well, it's on the sun perch. A little white crappie. All right, let's get him back out. Let's get them back out. All right, move that to the inside. Put that one in the middle. Throw this one to the outside. Old crawdaddy. Delta's Custom Crankbaits. Man, I'm telling you, he paints some great crankbaits. They run true, they run deep, which I like. And you can find him on Facebook, Delta's Custom Crankbaits. And there'll be a link at the in the description of my video where you can just click on it. Better get you some. There we go. Come on, come on. Yep. Yep. Oh, I'm wrapped around the tip of my rod. What am I doing here? There we go. Yeah. All right, folks. I turned around, came right back through these trees where we caught them when we first started, and I'm about to run out of my track. This is where I started it. I'm gonna keep going up this bluff where the trees are. When I got out on the flat more away from the trees, the crappie were not there. So I turned around. Boy, this is a nice one. Look at that. Yes, sir. That's a fine white crappie there. So I'm just gonna keep going down this same line even though I'm running out of my track. Try to stay on top of some of these deeper trees because that's where the fish are hanging. I may lose a few crankbaits, but if I do, I do. Boy, that's a really nice fish there. Yes, sir, white crappie. She's all spawned out. I think that fish has moved in here to rest on the top of those trees, feeding up. There we go. Thank you, buddy. That fish was in 38 feet of water. See what happens here. I think we're going to catch some fish. I think these fish are back out here in this deep water in these tree tops. Like I say, if we don't lose our baits in the trees, we might catch some fish. Okay, if you can see that, see these are trees. These are fish hanging out over. That's 30 feet. There's a fish up there about 20. Some of these trees come up taller, so the fish are up here in our strike zone. Here's a perfect example. We just came over this tree. There's 15 feet, there's 30 feet. We got baits running in the 20-foot range. There we go. Is that a tree or is that a fish? I think that's fish. Yep. There we go. There we go. Yeah, come on up, buddy. Don't feel too bad. No. Yeah. Yes, sir. He's on that rod over closest to the timber. Again. Uh-oh. I'm going to run into the bank's what I'm going to do. It's on the old Bandit, chrome and blue. Nice white crappie. He liked the old Bandit. Yep, spawned out. Folks, I promise you, this is just going to get better and better. It's right on the front edge of when I'll troll crankbaits, but when more and more of these fish spawn out and they pull off that bank and they get out here in this deeper water, that's when it's going to get good. And the warmer the water gets, the better. That water temperature is up to 63.8 right now. And the hotter it gets, the better it is for pulling crankbaits for crappie, in my opinion. So it's a little early attempt, but we're catching a few fish. It's fun. We're going to keep at it a little bit. We're coming up on a cut in this bank, a little cove going back there. So I'm going to dip in the mouth of this thing and then come right back out on the outside edge. Oh, here we go. Got one there. Sitting here, oh yeah, that feels like a good one. I'm sitting here trying to guide us. Boy, I don't think that's a crappie unless he's really foul hooked. I'm gonna get in here and get in trouble. I gotta pay attention to my direction. Oh, he's foul hooked, but he's a good one too. That's why he's pulling so hard. Ah, now he got unfoul hooked and he's skiing. Yes, sir. Oh, I got another one over there, I think. Where am I? I'm wrapped around. Oh, I'm wrapped around that one. That's why. Uh-oh, I got a mess. Got a quagmire. Got to control. That's why you lay down a track before you get started. All right, come here. Oh, yeah. Boy, that's on that sun perch, too. Come here. Am I going to get it? Yeah, got it. Oh, man, these are really nice crappie. Get back out here. Dip back out of the mouth of this. Yes, sir, that's on the old sun perch, the mortal enemy. Why do I say that? I don't know. My old buddy Tommy Scarless, we used to pull crankbaits together, and that was just always his saying. I've kept it up. He's passed. Great guy, great fisherman. Throwback from the past saying, thank you, buddy. As I told you, I just use a size 12 red snap swivel. Why? Well, I use a swivel so that the line doesn't twist. Red, I don't know. They say red's the first color to disappear underwater. I don't know if that's true or not. I just like them. My reels are just same old Daiwa reels I've had for 30 or 40 years. Back when I was a bass fisherman. Those are great. Team Daiwa, what's that say? 103 HAV. I guarantee you they haven't made those probably for 25 years, but they just keep working and I keep fishing them. I love them. Okay, folks, I need to go. I'm gonna make a big wide turn and I'm gonna go right back down this little stretch we just came through real quick. And then I'm gonna call it a day. When you turn with these crankbaits, just make you a big wide turn, steady, and they'll track right along. Actually, if you really want to kind of keep them in line, if you pick up your speed while you're making your turn, it'll kind of help keep them in line. Because these on the inside will slow down, these on the outside will speed up. So if you just kind of speed up the boat, it helps. But just take your time, make a big turn. Watch them. If they start to get too close or start to cross, straighten up, let them get back in line, and then start your turn again. Starting to see a thermocline out here. That water's warming up. I'm in 63 feet of water, and there's a definite thermocline down about 40 feet. Pretty typical of the summer on this lake. Oh, is that a fish way out here? Yes, sir. That fish is out here over 65 feet of water. There isn't a tree in sight. He's just a roaming. Nice, too. Yeah. What are you doing out here, buddy? Oh, yeah, that's on the old red. The old crawdaddy. Another nice white crappie. There we go. Thank you. It's not unusual really to catch them out here in just this open water. On Lake of the Ozarks, I've caught more crappie trolling crankbaits along a bluff where it's 75 feet deep And those fish will just be staged up down there about 20 feet deep, 15 to 20. They'll school up on that lake at that depth during the summertime, and they will just kill a crankbait. And there are no trees in that lake, not down on the lower end, and at least not up that high. There are some really, really deep trees down there in 100 foot of water, but for the most part, you don't have to worry about trees down there. There we go. I just went over some suspended crappie. That is one of them, I'd say. Looked like they were in the strike zone. Where are you? Oh, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, come on, baby, while you're skiing, I'll just give you a ride. Yep, it's on the old shad. Right when I need to manipulate in the mouth of this little deal, you always catch one, so you got to deal with it, steer at the same time. That's all right. That'd be a little keeper. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, man. I thought I was hung. That's a fish. Won't be dipping too deep into that deal. Oh, yeah, it's another good one. Nice little spot right there. Graph does not lie. I saw 3 or 4 suspended up there. It looked like they were about 15 to 18 feet deep. Oh, that's a really good one too. White crappie, man. You like the old crawdaddy. Let's see how long that fish is. Yeah, that fish is between 12 and a half and 12 and 3/4 inches long. No belly, spawned out, I'd say. The mouths of these pockets are good. Those fish stage up in here, especially this time of year. They'll back out after they've spawned and just suspend out here. Some fish in there, in the strike zone. Come on, bite, baby. People around here probably thinking, who in the world is doing all that hollering? It's me. Can't help it. I get excited when I'm pulling crankbaits. Tell you what, we haven't just slayed them, folks, but for this time of the year, as early as it is, I'm pleasantly surprised. And it's fun. Like I said, it's only going to get better. Come on, there ought to be some fish coming up here right off of this point. Oh, that one's hung. Oh, broke off. Well, it was inevitable. I'm surprised that we haven't broken one off before now. Tell you what, I'm getting ready to go, so I'm not even going to retie this one. Okay, folks, that's going to do it for me. It's 1:30. I need to get back to Columbia. I came down here. I got new internet installed this morning, so I was here for that. They got finished earlier than I anticipated, and it was such a beautiful day, I just couldn't pass it up. I had to come out here. I've been eager to troll some crankbaits. Like I say, I think we're right on the very front edge of crankbait pulling. It's going to get better. I can't wait to get back out here and do it again. But we started out, I went back in a creek or cove that's basically devoid of trees, but it's a big spawning cove. I thought maybe some of those fish would have backed off and I could catch them out there. That just really didn't happen. There are a few fish, but not many. You know, you could run some shallower running crankbaits, or I could put some of these crankbaits even on planer boards and run them up a lot shallower and get up there. And you'd probably catch some of those spawning fish. but I'm more interested in fishing deeper and catching these fish out here in deeper water. I just enjoy that more. Planer boards are good, but they're a lot of work. I'm getting lazy, I guess. I don't know. But I just enjoy this kind of fishing, and we've caught a few. And the most important thing is I've had fun today. I hope you have too. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, I hope you'll like, subscribe, do all those things. It seems like the Delta custom crankbaits was the best bite out here along these bluffs and the trees today, and that's because they get a little deeper, and they were crashing into those limbs, I think, and when they do that and come off, it triggers a bite from these crappie. So get you some Delta's custom crankbaits. Get a hold of Fred. Boy, he paints a great bait. It's been a successful day because anytime you're fishing these trees out here like this on the edge of them and you only lose one crankbait, it's been a good day. And that's all I did. I lost one bait. I'm afraid it's one of Fred's, but I'm gonna look and see. If it is, Fred, I'll be calling you. I need some more anyway. But that's gonna do it. I'll be back when I can. The forecast is not good for the next few days. Rain, wind again. So it may be a couple of weeks before I get back out. I hope not, but I'll see you the next time.